Peace, peace, peace in the now of the one. Oh, it's time. I appreciate you. Like the live, share the live. Let's get right. We got a beautiful, beautiful transmission today. Every Sunday, I will be going live with the God, the 360, the Alchemist. Absolute brilliant, brilliant human being in the now. The way he teaches, the way he comes on here and talks is beautiful. He got a lot of references and book references and what he calls 360 packs and different ways of teaching than me. I usually come on here and I freestyle and I talk my talk, but I love when we have people who teach different ways. He uses book references, like I said, and man, it transforms me when I listen to him. And I know the feeling's mutual, so he's gonna come up here. When he comes up here, I'm gonna let him in. We're gonna have a great, great session. I feel good about this, so we're gonna do this every Sunday, even as I'm in, even as I'm in Africa. So we're gonna make sure that we do this weekly. Peace, peace, peace. Gratitude. I appreciate y'all energy. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's wait for 360 to come in. As of right now. He should be jumping in any minute. As of right now, I'm just preparing myself for the trip that I'm about to take and all that good stuff. So once 360 pops in, we gonna start this up, man. Like his cooks, like I cook, and the way I cook is, like I said, I come off the top, and whatever comes in, whatever's getting downloaded from the ethers, I just. And whatever you guys put in the comments, but like I love it when somebody, because I don't read much. I don't read too much. I used to read a lot, but I don't read much. So when somebody's like heavily influenced by books and they're using the book references, it feels so good to hear. And then it sparks it within me, right? Like it's different. It's different reading a book and then having somebody read to you, because you're not exerting a lot of energy. You're just listening. Right? And as you're listening, you're ingesting it differently in the way that they're saying the words, the way, so it's very interesting to be in his lives, and it's an honor to be able to host him in mine. So I'm sure I'm gonna actually give him a message real quick. We actually was just talking like a half hour ago, so I know he probably got a lot of stuff going on. He got kids and all that good stuff, so I know he got some things going on in his reality. Let me give him a message real quick. Man, but y'all in for a doozy. Y'all are in for a doozy, I'm telling you. Let me shoot him that message. Oh, all right, bet. Perfect. Peace, y'all. Gratitude. Like the live, share the live. As I said, we're going to have a dual cook session, myself and 360 Alchemist. It's always powerful when two risen gods come together and converse about the nature of reality, life, society, being a human in this realm, the hologram of things. It's interesting because last night I was watching Star Trek like I always am, and it was an absolutely brilliant episode. And I kind of want to play some of the episode, just a piece of it, just so you can get a glimpse of the things that I be talking about. Hold on real quick. Memories are still. Yeah. Recreate all the things that I know. All right, somebody, turn that off. Excuse me. Don't want to hear you. I'm gonna give him some time to come up in here. I know he's probably doing something. If he takes a little too long, then I'll start my own session, and then when he pops in, we'll get it going. But I want y'all to hear this real quick. To recreate all the things that I've lost. I hate Paramount. It's annoying, man.
I could have watched a meeting.
Ads and all that good stuff. Patience will be rewarded as usual. Like the live, share the live, 777 likes. I like that. Let's go. So basically in this episode of Star Trek, I'm going to play it when it starts. But in this particular episode, Dax and Odo, this is Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Dax and Odo go to a particular planet, and on the planet, the leader of the planet is saying, "Hey, like, there's people going missing, randomly just going missing out of the colony," and they're doing their research and seeing what's going on and why people are disappearing from the colony. And here he goes, there he goes. We're gonna get this cook session started. Oh yeah, make sure y'all like the live, share the live. Let me quickly finish this. Request up, bro. Matter of fact, I'll send you the invite. Let me see. So, yeah, here we go.
Yo, what's good with you, Brody?
I can't complain. How we doing, baby?
Man, I'm good. Appreciate you letting me up here, man.
You already know I gave you the intro, you know what I'm saying? Let them know
What?
360's on his way, you know what I mean? I know you had a little thing, you know how life go. I'm like, yeah, let's give y'all, patience will be rewarded. Let the man do what he got to do behind the scenes and pop in. So we're going to start the cook session up. Like I said before, y'all, it's a powerful thing when two risen gods come together, because we've been doing this beyond this particular realm. We've been doing this for thousands of linear years. You feel what I'm saying? So for us to come back here now, this is a gift to the planet. You feel what I'm saying? For real. For us to come back here and because honestly, from my perspective, we could have been doing anything in this reality. But to come back to Earth, teach the way we teach, it should be honored by those who are listening with love. We are one. We know this, but we had the trail. We had to blaze the trail, so to speak, right? So we went through a lot of the dark night of the soul so that those who are coming after us, yeah, don't have to do as much as we had to. So here we go. 360, what we doing?
Yeah. And I mean, just to piggyback off everything you said, trailblazing. And that's very synonymous. Of course, you're gonna synchronize because we just on that energy. It's all just energy and we resonating. So even when you say stuff like, we the trailblazers or whatchamacallit, this universe is mental. My bad. I
Yeah.
got an Amber Alert on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Got an alert. You know how that should go. But the universe is mental. So when we are dreaming or we are expecting the unexpected or expanding our mind, tapping into this knowledge, you trailblazing. You creating those trails. You doing stuff that was never done before. You daring to dream. You daring to imagine. So I know, your name itself, MoonManT. When we are tapped into the moon or when the moon comes up, what do? We tap into our dreaming states. And our dreaming, it becomes more fluid. We go to sleep and we transcend the stability of this realm. And that's like an aspect of expansion, an aspect of lucid energy. So it's just real powerful. Everything you just said, it really taps into that. So, the knowledge behind me, this lecture is called Think the Unthinkable. All right. So when we do that, we are like analyzing our thoughts and what that means. But when we analyze our thoughts, what's the difference between a thought and a dream? Because if I say think of an apple and dream of an apple, there's two different aspects of it, but yet they are the same thing. So it's very significant when we really start getting into this science that we understand like we are light beings and we are projecting light from our mind. And depending on how our mind is set up, is going to be dependent upon the type of light that we emit. But this is the thing. It's like a projection, just like thoughts. We project. When you watch a movie, and we at the movie theaters, you watch a movie, it is projecting light. The movie was already shot. Behind the scenes is your subconscious. But when we watch the movie, which is our life, or however we project it, We think we making the decisions, and when we really just watching a movie, our mind is what's operating the actual aspect.
It's like
But
you
we have to
watching
have
it back.
access to that mind.
When you said that, it made me think of like you watching it back almost. Like it was already, you already conjured it in the subconscious, right? And you said you were in the movie theater and then it's projected on the screen. It's like you watching it back. Like you already, the real you it already conjured it. Then boom, on the screen of life. And then us with the body, we just in it thinking, oh, I'm just floating. And this is like, no, 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 no. You are rewinding the movie. You are living it backwards almost. Like you're literally back in time, so to speak.
Bro,
Whoa.
now what you just said, you on that channelish again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, if we read Dr. Functionary Blend's book, you just said it. You just kept saying you watching it in what? Reverse. You watching it like in a rewind aspect, right? You just said that, right?
Yes, sir.
It says right here, who's zooming whom? My mind chooses, then my brain performs the preview. I observe it in the dream past as a review in the literal present. Any event we see is at least 50 milliseconds old. It is already of the dream past because our initial glimpse and our second registration senses of it changes have occurred. So it's amazing that you just said that. You channel it because that's exactly what you're doing. That's from Dr. Blend's book and how you perceive this reality. Because it's talking about your neuronic oscillation or whatever. Our brain mind tricks us into thinking we are doing real-time things that we have in fact already done. Everybody in here, if they raise their arm, we are all under the intention that we made the intention to raise our arm. I made that conscious decision to raise my arm, but you really didn't. Our brain mind tricks us to thinking we are doing real-time things that we have in fact already done. Brain potentials are firing 300 milliseconds before you have the conscious intention to act. So before you are aware that you're thinking about moving your arm or leg, your brain is already at work preparing to make the movement. So cross-reference what you said. Yes, everything already happened.
And the beauty of what you just said, just to bounce off that, we actually had a lecture, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and we watched scientists do a study. The study was they hooked up human beings, they hooked their finger up to some type of machine, and they put them in front of a screen. While they were in front of the screen, they were going to show the human an image. It was going to be a fearful image or a happy image. The human reacted to the image in body and mind before the image even popped up. So the scientist was able to see what the human was going to see before the human even consciously knew. So that means that information is traveling backwards. It's traveling through time and it blew the observant's mind because he was like, so you knew what I was going to see before I even knew. You knew before the machine knew, right? So what's really happening from my perspective, right? When we talk about the imagination, we talk about what we're in right now was the imagination of a so-called older moment, okay? So we are quite literally living in the past, quote unquote. So what your future is determined on is the now. What you are observing, what you are imagining in the now, okay? So this is why I tell our other versions. It's not tomorrow, it's not yesterday. It's right here. So what you pick from the ethers in the now, what you download into the holographic brain will be projected into the world.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And just to piggyback off what you said, that's precisely.
One second. Y'all like the live, y'all share the live. If you feel as if 360 is talking that talk, gift him. If you feel as if I'm talking that talk, gift me. Let's interact. We're here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, appreciate it. Yeah, double tap the screen, y'all. Appreciate y'all off of what he said. Everybody show love, share this, like this, double tap, drop them gifts. Let's get some algorithm. Let's get some energy busting. And that's what we want to, and I'm happy that you just said that. That was very spiritual that you just stopped me because I was going one direction, but now that kind of put me in another direction because he just basically told y'all to interact, to whatchamacallit, because interaction is very important in the aspect of energy. Energy is just a flow of something. When we are paying attention to something, we giving it energy. When we put an action towards something, we put an energy. Right here behind you, Synchronicity Key by David Wilcott. It talks about this right here. It says, ideally, once we have created a tunnel between ourselves and someone else with our thoughts, the exchange of photons flow in both directions. So we create tunnels when we think about each other. Right now, me and you on this live, it's 36 people in here. It's look, y'all, 3.6 thousand likes, 36 people up in here. Synchronicity, 36 is 360 on babies on brother on the brothers, full cipher. We connected. Synchronicity. This book is called The Synchronicity Key that we reading from. On brother, just want to throw all that crazy out there real quick. But on a deeper level, y'all, when y'all focusing on us, we deserve that focus and the likes and the energy because we are giving our energy out. We are giving out what? We're giving out psychic energy. Matter of fact, if you look at the etymology of psychic, it means what? The mind. A projection denotes the aspect of thoughts. We giving off a whole bunch of projections of the psyche on a deeper aspect. So it's a lot of energy being given out, which is what? Tunnels of light. We setting up all these tunnels of light of energy. This is why I know, bro, after you get done with a live, you feel that energy. And after it starts to succumb, you're like, man, I'm tired. Let me go ahead and get a rest. Or, you know, you have to bounce back mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you can misuse it, right? All that energy coming into your aura, all that. Let me go get something to eat. Let me go get. Wait. You got to ground that thing. That's a lot of energy just gave off. A lot of energy that was just given to you. We'll get a lot of energy from existence, from reality, from our inner world, and we'll misuse it. We'll go out in the world and let me just get a whole little platter. No. What you need to do is ground that thing. What you need to do is go meditate, contemplate, or get some sleep, like you said.
Beautiful. And even in the synchronicity key, they did a test about the art of being stared at. And it says within this art of being stared at, Dr. William proved that simply staring at someone is enough to trigger their bodies to have an excited response. Excuse me. Even at a distance when there is no physical line of sight between the two individuals. This is very likely caused by the same energy mechanism we have been describing. What energy mechanism did we just describe? This behind you. Every time you think about somebody, every time you you setting up a tunnel of energy where photon light can be emitted. What's the etymology of photon? It says it right there. It's light. So when we think about somebody, we emit light. When you think about, this is why when you thought about somebody, you ain't thought about them in a while, they call you. This is also what synchronicities are. When you think about something, it starts popping up in your phone. It starts popping up. The person around you got it. I was just thinking that. This is why everything connects with you, because the universe is what? It's mental. And you're letting off tunnels of light, which is projections. Matter of fact, everybody close their eyes right now. You just created your dark screen. Think about an apple. What are you doing? You thinking about an apple, imagining the apple, imagine the image of the apple. You have just done a psychic projection. That was what is making you picture that apple within your mind. That's a photograph. That's a picture. If we translate this to the art of being stared at, when somebody is looking at you, what are they doing? They are thinking about you. So when they are thinking about you, they have found out that 59% of the time, if you was in a room and they put somebody else in the other room and viewed you through a camera or a monitor like y'all viewing us right now, 59% of the time, your skin would register a reaction. And the computer generated when the individual needed to look at the other person in the room. Why? Because that tunnel of photon light has been set up. Why? Because when you think about somebody, the tunnel is set up. You're projecting light. That energy, y'all are now creating a tunnel. So, for example, cherish just like the live. I'm a not a two just like the live. Cherish just shared the live. I just mentioned their names. Everybody just heard their names. That represents a generation of energy, because now we are creating the tunnel. Yes, they focused on us and we saying all this knowledgeable shit, so we deserve the likes, we deserve to share. But we just took a step further by me acknowledging somebody sending some roses or somebody sending some likes, because now I'm thinking about you. The tunnel is, the 360 is set up, the cipher is set up. Y'all are now all exchanging photon light. That's why after y'all leave these lives, you feel so spiritually and deeply endowed. And then after you leave the live, that energy kind of transitions out. Like bro said, we got to do something with that energy. Because when you got 43 people in here thinking on a deeper level, thinking on that, it's a lot of light being circulated around. Because remember, when these people stared at each other, they wasn't in the same room. But that tunnel of energy still exchanged. So this is a testimony to why in these lives we feel all this energy and all that beautiful stuff.
And then we'd be talking about, see, look, if we was in here talking about how much LeBron scored last night, it'd be a completely different energy, right? We're dealing with the energy of existence. We're dealing with the energy that makes matter what it is. Okay, this is not just play, even though it is, right? So when it comes to this type of energy, when it comes to this type of vibration, you have to do something with the energy. You are responsible not only for your particular incarnation, but you're responsible for existence. And this is why it feels so heavy. This is why these topics feel so heavy when we talk about the holographic nature of reality. When we talk, see, it can be scary for a lot of people, right? Because it is a lot of responsibility. Now, really quickly, he talked, 360 talked about the mind and conjuring things in the mind and thinking about an apple. Okay, here we go. The mind and the body, they can't distinguish whether or not you're thinking or you're actually doing. Okay, so here we go. If you are imagining yourself to be a place, your body feels as if you're there. Your environment begins to take on the shape of whatever it is you're imagining, regardless of what you're surrounded by. You could be in the hood. You could be in the hood. And as long as you're imagining yourself to be a particular place, the reality that's the seeming reality that seems to surround you begins to take the shape of that in which you are imagining. And then you go within your life, your reality, the projection you sent out will then give you back a feedback loop of all the things that you need within your reality to actually get there. Okay? This is where trust comes into play. This is where belief comes into play because everything is everything and no thing is what you said the thing is. It's all energy. That goes for money. It goes for places. That goes for the ticket to get where you want to go. Everything is everything. So if you think of it with interest, with emotion, the wheels of the universe begin to turn and you will get that in which you think.
Beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, and you know, it's the whole aspect, bro, like he just said. And I'm going to use myself as a testimony to what he said. He said, you know, if you change your thoughts, at some point you shift your surroundings. If y'all look, and I don't know if y'all can see it on my page, if you look above on my page, if my image of my page, I've always used Shasheta, which is a representation of the patroness of the scribes, basically tapping into the divine feminine aspect of this knowledge. This is very important because she has what above her head? A palm tree. Now, my whole life when I've been doing this, I've only lived up north. I ain't never seen a palm tree in my life, really. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in the Midwest. Ain't no damn palm trees around there. Don't even know what that shit mean. Guess what happened? I was teaching for 2 years. Guess where I stay now? In Florida. Guess what? When I look outside, what you think I see? I can take the camera off right now and show you a palm tree. Because why? What is imagery? Imagery, image, imagination. That image being under above me represents some aspect of manifestation. I've been teaching under that energy. So over time, teaching under that energy, I started to manifest it in my real life. So that's a testimony. That's real. What bro said. If you keep on thinking, keep on imagining, dreaming, tapping back in. This is a lot of the reason why the system has tapped us out of our childhood and created the childhood trauma syndrome or whatever you want to call it, because that snatches away that dare to dream, dare to imagine aspect of self. It snatches that away or bro them. So we really got to tap in. If we realize this realm is a dream, then we got to dream our best dreams. But that takes time. That takes concentration. It takes energy, y'all. And guess what? This 360 pack is called Think the Unthinkable. And what we find out is every time we think of things and think of entities and think of stuff, we are basically setting up tunnels and we become this behind us. We're giving out the energy. So we have to start recalibrating what we give our energy to. We love to say God is great, but will you say that yourself is great? On Ronan, we love to say the Most High, but when we talk about our higher self, when does this knowledge interact with the aspect of the subjective self, the experience of who we are? This is very important. This has to represent some transitioning to a golden age.
It's a fear-based thought when you have these thoughts because as a quote-unquote human being, you think of yourself as this little being just walking around floating in this huge universe. And this was purposeful. It was on purpose that they made you believe that God's outside of you, first and foremost. It was purposeful that they made you believe that everything that surrounds you is separate from you. In that thought, you're always looking for divine. You're always looking for God or glimpses of God. So you look at the trees and you say, wow, such a divine tree. You look at the mountains. Whoa, look at the mountains. Amazing. You look at the sun. Oh, look at that sun. You look at the humans. Fuck those humans. That's how we think. That's how we think about ourselves. We don't see divinity in ourselves. We see divinity in everything else besides ourselves. And we're looking for that divinity and searching for it unendingly. It's time for us to have that inward knowledge, that inward knowing that we are the divine, that whatever we call God is springing forth from us. You're hearing God talk through me, through 360. I'm watching God type. There's only one of those beings in varying degrees of awareness. I don't know why the hell do y'all see me as mad big or something?
Yeah, seem like you a little zoomed in, but it might be my shit. I might be sitting low, bro. It might be me sitting low. Keep creating the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, peace. Keep going.
But yeah, everything bro just said is all significant. I'm rocking with it all the way, bro. Bro, no, the universe is mental, so we have to start connecting this to the aspect of us. And then this is what we also must remember. And I just did a 6-hour lecture today, twin. On bro, now I'm running off. This is it, on bro, now.
I make sure y'all support, man. Get those 360 packs, man, for real.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Anybody want the 360 packs? Go to the link in the bio. 360 Alchemist on Cash App. But like bro said, and I learned this from him. We got so much energy we need to get out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to it's up to y'all to support this because it's only so much we can mention it because we really trying to catch our flow.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
As we're in it, I catch myself going and I'm like, damn, I didn't promote myself. I'm just giving it out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really up to those who are here, who are getting fed from this knowledge, from this wisdom, from these ancient souls for real, because this is what we are. Like, let's be honest. Like, we want to be humble. But in all reality, we did the work. I'm sure some of you guys did as well. But we did the work. We studied, and to come on here selflessly to give this all to our other reflections, it says a lot. And I watch your lives. You don't be pushing. Oh, please, guys. Like, please help me. Please support me. No, you just be up there really giving that thing off, and it's admirable to me. I feel the same way. I be in it talking so much. I'm like, damn, like I have things I gotta promote. I got books and all types of things that I want my people to engage with. So I seen a couple of y'all type what was in 360's background. These are 360 packs. Y'all go make sure y'all get y'all 360 packs. Link in his bio. Let's support each other. This is a way for us to continue to teach you guys the way that we teach you guys beyond the goddamn 9 to 5.
Yes, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Now, and yeah, and just to piggyback off what he said, you get caught up in the spirit, you get caught in the flow, guys. You got to understand, we talking about dreaming these magical dreams. When your ass go to sleep at night and tap into this dreaming state, what happens? You start transcending aspects of time, transcending all of that. So with that being said, like bro said, you get done teaching the lecture for 2 hours. We don't even know 2 hours been went past. You really don't know because we on the flow state. Yes, another thing y'all got to understand that once you tap in, and it's 47 people, when we all on a specific level, we have induced our own vibrational frequency. This room is inducing a vibrational frequency, and it's actually spouted all around the world. Because some of y'all ain't even in this country. Some of y'all, but now it's a quantum entanglement. We are navigating the web right now, on the web. That's why this shit is called the World Wide Web. We are connected. We connecting some so this is deeper than what you think on Bro Nell. So you participating is very important, and we appreciate that. On Bro Nell. Yeah. Hey, anything? Oh, my bad, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No. You just hit it, bro. Because we just had a lecture yesterday talking about the dream state and talking about how, obviously, I say it a lot, but talking about how this is a dream in slow motion, right? The dream realm and this realm are one realm. So for us to be here right now having this, having this conversation in the ways that we're having it, because like I said, we could be talking about LeBron. Then by the time we know, even in that, can't knock it, because even in that you get into the flow state. But go ahead.
No, because I was gonna say this. This is what the spirit told me. That shit is superficial as hell, but all of that holds the energy. But we would have to dig deeper to pull it out. When y'all go to the knowledge, you're going straight to the source. We could start with LeBron and go into some flow and figure something out and start talking some deep shit, but it would take some more energy and time to dissect because it's way more superficial. It's more shallow than the depth of you going straight to your knowledge and your energy. That's all. My bad.
No, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And right, guys. So remember this, right? From your perspective, this is why I always teach it this way. From your perspective, what you see as 360, what you see as MoonManT, we are psychic projections. We live in your mind. Now, as we're speaking to you, you might get enamored by how we're talking. You might get entrenched in the poetic nature of what we're saying. But beyond that, you have to know that this is your dream. And we are in your dream from your perspective. From our perspective, this is our dream and you are in our dream. So I want you to see it from that as you're listening to us. As you're listening to us, keep in mind that this is your dream. From there, you are already putting yourself in a mental state of creation
And,
beyond just listening.
and that's a metaphor of that. If y'all want to understand this, because we understand on images of what bro just said, he said, this is your dream, but this is our dream. See, if you think with a rational mind, you're going to think yourself out of it. But if you start looking at the imagery, we all got a fingerprint, but yet we all got our own fingerprint. So understand it, like you all have your own perception, but yet we all have a perception. So when we start talking about this dream, you dreaming your dream, I'm dreaming my dream. We sharing some aspect of the dream, but yet shit, remember, it's all a dream. Bro, now all this shit a dream. And that's why I wanted to say, all of these mythologies, all of these entities and energies that's starting to pop up, these UFOs and all of this is a representation of our psyche. These dreams we dreaming in this realm, because this realm is a dream as well, is sparking something. And something is opening up, and these energies are pouring through, and we starting to transition. You watching the transition of us. That's why it's a lot of weird shit going on. And you standing on the landmass where all the weird shit happening. So where do you think all the people are transforming at? Right here.
Yeah.
Bro now.
And it's beautiful because when we talk about these different entities, when we talk about these like you like to say these psychic projections, we are quite first and foremost, we're the ones here, right? We're the ones here right now. When we think about Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, we have to think about Buddha, Krishna, and Jesus. We are the ones here. We are the thinkers. We are the observers. We are the seers. We are the ones that are having the experience of earth, the experience of spirituality, the experience of the sun. All of these experiences are happening through our filters, right? But we continuously project outwardly that these beings are the ones. These beings would be no being without the one experiencing them, right? So it's our soul group, it's our consciousness right here, right now. Really, it's the one, but just for sake of conversation, it's our soul group that are that are popping these beings into being from the ethers, from eternity. Because all things exist, all things that can exist, all things that will exist, they exist. So we're pulling them from out of time into time, right? And it's us doing it.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta dissect some of this energy. Sunny 88800. Appreciate the live. Bro, appreciate the like in the live. Everybody double tap the screen. Everybody double tap the screen. Appreciate y'all. We gonna cut down some of this energy because that's pure energy right there, boy. Bro, now I can feel it. Appreciate you, chairs, for double tapping the screen. Y'all double tap the screen. Show love, everybody up in here. I appreciate y'all on bro now. Nah, bro. Everything you saying is very significant. That was beautiful. The way that you just placed that. For real, bro. Bro now. And I wanted to say that if we talking about this dream and we're talking about the power of our mind, you spark so much in me. I don't even know where to start. But if I want to start somewhere and we're talking about these entities and this aspect, remember y'all, like he just said, you could think of Buddha, you could think of God, but this shit don't exist until you what? Till you think about it. And this 360 pack is called what? Think them up, fucking unthinkable. So if I took you to New York Greenwich Village around the 1950s and we talked about a ghost story where this phantom entity was sensed, and walking in this specific house. In this specific house, 20 years before that, an author named Walter Gibson wrote stories on a novel about a shadow entity that looked exactly like the entity that was in the house. Because what did bro just say? You got to think about the shit for it to even exist. It don't exist till you think about it. Just like all the shit behind you ain't there until your ass turn around, think about it, look at it. Hell, it wasn't behind you until you just thought about it being behind you right now. All that shit don't exist. None of this exists until it makes itself exist, until you observe it with your mind, imagination, thoughts, your holographic projection. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to shine your light on. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. But the deeper aspect is this individual wrote every single month a novel about this shadow entity, Walter Gibson. He called him the Shadow. It had the same hat, the same, and 20 years later, in that exact same house, what happened to him? Hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure I am. All right, okay. I ain't want my phone, bro. We almost was out of here, y'all. Oh, bro, now.
Where you going here? And this shit is crazy. Go ahead.
I
Whoa.
was at the 1%. I had to charge the phone up to it. All right, now on a deeper level, you know what I'm saying? This is a representation of the testimony of what? You are emitting photon light from your mind. You are envisioning an apple. If you close your minds and envision that apple, you created a dark screen. Out of darkness comes light. You envision the apple. You projected it out of your mind. What is making you view that apple? What is making you think of viewing that apple? That is all light that you was working. Matter of fact, I would go as far as to say if you sat for an hour and just thought about an apple, you would be exhausted like you went to work. You might as well just go to work. Oh, bro, now. Because you just thinking, you're emitting light every time you think of something, every time you observe something. If we just sit on our TikTok all day and watch TikTok for 2-3 hours straight, what's going to happen? You might as well just go to work, twin, because all of that observation, all of that whoop-de-woo, you projecting all of this light. Remember, I keep showing you this entity right here on bro now. Remember, I keep showing y'all this entity right here. Oh, my bad, y'all. Let me see here.
I told y'all 360. I told y'all.
What's this entity right here, guy? Right here, Kafayal. Boom. What does synchronicity key say? Every time you think about somebody, you emit photon light. What's a photon? A particle of light. What are thoughts? Psychic projection. What's the etymology of psychic? The mind, the psyche, the soul. On bro now, the moon is connected to the mind, the psyche, the soul. That's why we tapping into this energy, because your realm is a dreaming state. So it'd be important for you to understand the flow of your dream. That's why anytime you tapped into your greatness, you was in your flow state, your dreaming state. That's your kundalini state. That's the serpent state, because a serpent flows across the ground. Your blood flow in you. As above, so below. But I don't want to go. I mean, we already there. I'm already going crazy. But
essentially, what you're saying, from what I'm hearing, just what I'm gathering from it, this is a ghost. I'm looking if the reality that we are surrounded by is a thought. It's a psychic projection in itself. It's no different than the shadow man. It's no different. I conjured it into being just now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. It just happened. While I'm here in the now, I have infused memories of what I think yesterday was. I have infused memories of potential tomorrows, only potentials. From the now is where it all resides. It's where it all happens. So we could project a quote unquote future tomorrow through what 360 is saying, that flow state. When you in that flow state, consciously creating what you want tomorrow to be, it shall be that, because it has no choice, because you're the programmer.
Exactly. The universe is mental. And, consistency and concentration, all of that denotes it's something. And, if you want to crack the code of everything, expect the unexpected. If you expect the unexpected, then the unexpected can happen, whichever that is, because your ego wants the gratification of these, you know what I'm saying, whatchamacallits. That's why we call this lecture Think the Unthinkable. You feel what I'm saying? No, bro, no.
That regularity. That, I know, work up 3 o'clock, up. You're not, there's nothing coming. There's no, you're blocking off infinity. When you're doing that, you like, I know this about to happen. And I know, whoa, bro, talking.
Hey, bro, and it's crazy because it says that this holograph, this book, and guys, anybody want access to this 360 The Alchemist on Cash App, leave your email in the Cash App notes. Go to the link in the bio. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can get these 360 packs. $25, get you 13 360 packs. You got to leave your email in the Cash App notes. If you want a name read, leave your full name as well. But $5 360 pack. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. But I was going to say, bro, that your memory right here, it says in quantum orbits of DNA nucleotides, holographic photons formed by dual waves. So I just told you that when you think about somebody, you emit photons. How do we know this to be true? Because I forgot who the doctor is, Dr. Rich or something, did a test. And when people thought positive thoughts and then focused their attention on the DNA from a placenta, they put photon light into it. When they thought negative thoughts, they pulled photons out of it. So DNA stores photons. Our experience in life is stored through what? Our DNA, our energy. When we think about our past or dream about our past, we are doing what? Think about what you did yesterday. You're creating an image with your mind. I did this, I did that. You're remembering something. You are recreating that projection. You are projecting from your DNA energy. You are creating the photograph, the photograph, the projection of light from your mind. So the universe is so mental that even if we think about the past or daydreaming about the past or whatever, you're projecting light. And look, depending on your perspective, since your projection is different from the next projection, this is why autobiography and a biography would be different. How another person would express your life and how you express your life is completely different. Because this has something to do with that projection. We all see light different. We project light different. So our film, it might have filmed the same event, but we might have perceived it in a different way. And this is where miscommunication comes from and all the arguing. And no, my God said this. No, my God mean this. No, your God mean this. No, this mean that. Because in a sense, everybody kind of right because it's your perception of this realm.
Even in law, especially in law, which is dangerous. Because most of the time we're using memory, especially in the days before cameras and all that stuff. Most of the time we was using memory. Well, I remember it this way. Well, I remember it this way. So who the fuck was right? And who's right because of somebody else's memory? Right? So, man, and you touched on something that I got to touch on real quick because we talk about this in the lectures before, right? We talk about that when we're thinking about 10 years ago, he stole my bike 10 years ago, and you're thinking about that with emotion. You're quite literally creating a feedback loop of that in which you're feeling. Okay, it might not be that person who stole your bike, but somebody's going to come and mirror the energy that you just was imagining. This is why I tell people stay out the past. Get up out of there. Most of the time you think about what happened yesterday. You think about what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or when you were a child. When you're thinking about that with interest and with emotion, you are projecting into the future scenarios to be experienced that mirror that. You're not gonna encounter the same people. They're gonna be new people, but with that same energy. It's just a feedback loop. Now, get yourself out the past and get yourself grounded in the moment where infinite possibilities reside. Infinite possibilities for you to be able to travel in the motherfucking now. Let's go.
Yep. And bro, at this point, you just reacting so fire. I'm just gonna read some stuff. You can react because I know you will spaz off of this. I didn't even think to read this. This is called Reality. This is from the Dr. Blend Functionary book. This is from the PDF Dr. Blend Functionary. Consensual is called Reality. These are just excerpts. It says consensual reality. An ever unfolding dream of consciousness, consensus reality. Reality has become something we look and think about, not something we experience or comprehend. Reality is a shared contextual illusion. Reality without awareness of the potential and the kinetic of the totality. You cannot see anything that you do not first contemplate as a reality. Everything you said. Once you contemplate the reality of it or whether or not it exists from that moment on, it does exist. Reality and all that reality of it and whether or not it exists from that moment on does exist. Reality and all that it comprises are states with an unlimited potential for change and the true meaning and logic of infinity. To understand reality, we must first ignore all we assume about it. That's the assumption state. So, and I just want to say this. If you had somebody in your crib and something came up missing and you started looking for it, and in your mind you was like, man, I know bro stole this from me. Within your reality, at that moment, that was the reality. That person stole from you. That was whatever. You created it with your mind while you look at it. But if you find it, now that reality was taken from you. So that shows you the power of your mind. Because until you found it, you started to create that reality. You damn near, it was real until you found it. On bro Neil. So we show the power of our mind through our errors. So the next time you wrong about something, actually be grateful for that shit because that's showing you the power of your mind. That you've been created your own because it had just happened to me. I was like, damn, I was really just in my mind thinking something. And it wasn't even that. but I started to I made an assumption. So next time y'all wrong, be grateful for being wrong.
And you
On
just
bro now.
you just hit, man. You listen. Let me explain something to y'all, chat. We up here really put for real, right? You understand what I'm trying to tell you? This is two gods coming up here, no malice, no energy, no ego. He's talking his talk. He giving it off. I'm bouncing off. He promoting himself. No feelings from me. This is real shit, right? Here we go. He just touched on something that just went so deep in regards to the psychic projections of reality and the shared psychic projection of reality and the assumptions that we have about reality. This goes deep on the deep level, but when you bring it to the surface, it unravels all the things that we hold near and dear. What do I mean by that? Mom, brother, cousin, friend. Are they mom, brother, cousin, friend? Or are they really psychic projections? The more we believe that they're that, the deeper we are in the illusion. The further we are away from our true identity. And they believe that they're that. This is we are in a dream. This is a dream, and everyone in the dream are dream characters. Listen to me. So if they're dream characters and they're locked into that character, the more you find your highest self and you stick around them, they're gonna try to keep you in the character. They're gonna try to keep you. This is why when you about to level up, this is why when you start telling a new story, the people around you get uncomfortable because they know you to be what they know you to be. And now you're telling a new story. And that new story carries a new energy. That energy can be uncomfortable. Now, we agreed, like 360 said, these psychic projections, we agreed that this is the family dynamic. This is the social dynamic, work, money. This is the dynamic. We agree on that. But once you take yourself away from that, wait. All of this is a holographic projection of my mind. It's of your mind too, but you don't believe that. So I can't be around you too much because you're going to pull me back into the illusion of matter. The more that I go within my mind and the knowledge that everything around me is a hologram, I will begin to create that way, not only for me, but for existence.
That's beautiful. And I mean, and that's exactly what it is, guys. And y'all got to remember, if we dealing with a holograph in the mind, let's look at the holograph. If you look at a projector, it has the clip, it has the film that you put inside of it that loads the actual projection. So your brain is like the projector, but your mind is like the film behind it. The mind is universal. It's all the energy, it's all the actors, everything that would make the film for you. You projecting this energy. So we got to remember that, you know, the family dynamic, all the art dynamics, you know what I'm saying? You know, babe just told me today, motherfuckers got to learn to stand on their own and all of that. That's real significant because these projections, if we try to assimilate with everybody else's projection, then we start perceiving their same realm the way they perceive it. And you have your own projection for a reason of the universal mind. You are here to perceive your direction and angle of this energy. You talking angels, what you think an angel is? A frequency of light, an angle of light. That's a tunnel. That's the energy of the mind. The universe is mental. So when y'all start tapping in to all these deeper aspects and you tapping in, you know, like you said with the family dynamic, why do I say all of this? Because what is hermeticism? A hermit. What is a hermit? That's the being by yourself. That was your time. That's your meditation. That's your time to get to yourself. That's your time to get into your own energy, to tap into the own power of your own light, your own projection, your own projector energy. So you can really start to evaluate, damn, where I'm at with my shit. What I'm thinking about, whoop-de-woo, why I'm thinking about this, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. You know what I'm saying? Where you got to be real with yourself. You ain't got nobody else to dun-dun-dun-dun with. So your best therapy was what? When you by yourself. Your best therapy is when you by yourself in nature. You know, nature talk to you. Your ground and the birds talk to you. Music talk to you. It's a whole bunch of y'all that got y'all own little hobbies and science that helps you what? Put you in a trance state. So you need to start focusing on what? What makes the whole world around you escape? Because that's your flow state. What makes this shit around you disappear? Because whatever that is, and I don't care what it is, because we're not dealing from this from a moralistic aspect. We're dealing from this from a universal aspect. We're talking about you right now. Because even our morality is an aspect of a programming energy. You feel what I'm saying? We program. We just got off the boat of programming. I'm talking about that boat. The boat of programming, the boat of the aspect of whatever psychic manipulation that we've been under and we still are under to some degree. So since we are under intense psychic manipulation and the universe is mental, the one who controls your mind controls the universe. You feel what I'm saying? So it's up to us to what? Get our mind back, get our energy back. But like bro said, your family, your whoop-de-whoop, if they're just projections of yourself, you want to save your family, then who you need to save? Your damn mind.
And this is
Because they're a projection from your mind.
And that's the beauty of it, right? So even with us, right? Y'all like the live, share the live, give gifts if you feel called to. Please support the creators. If you find any value in this, any wisdom in this, any knowledge in this, please support us that way. This is the way for us to feed our babies. I ain't got no babies. 360 babies. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, Twin.
Let's get right, man. Let's make sure we support each other. But here we go. Watch this, right? Okay. I just completely lost it. What was you just saying? Remind me.
Shit, we both lost it. Oh, bro, no, but listen. Bro just said we just lost it. Why is that important? Because now I'm about to really get on y'all ass on babies on bro them, because y'all looking like, dog, that's crazy. They just lost it. We needed to just lose it because we just told your ass this is 360 pack number 9, lightning with a splash of thunder. We talking about dreams right now. And what happens when you wake up from a dream? Your ass start immediately losing this shit. In order for y'all to even grasp this energy, we inducing y'all into a dream state where everything is more fluid, everything is more on the flow and lucid. So when you start, you gotta be flowing. Once you start flowing, we jumping from this to that, because what? The theta frequency is what? The dreaming state. The dreaming state is the rapid eye movement state, but it's also the state of what? Intuition. What we tapping into? Intuition right now. We tapping into your subconscious energy. We tapping into your psychic abilities, your telepathy, your remote viewing, all those different perspectives right now. So we on that 7 hertz. We on that dreaming state. That's why you don't know what time is. You ain't even worried about all that shit right now. So of course we're going to start losing the concrete aspect of ideology. And on a deeper level, that's also the electromagnetic pulse of the earth.
It came back to me. You know, it's so crazy how when you talking and you in your flow state, it come right back to me as you're talking. As you're talking, you're like, here, let me remind you. So what I was saying is that it's all a program. Okay, we was talking about the program just in general. We were talking about our family programs and the matrix control systems programs. But even this right here, what we're doing is a program. It's a feel-good program. It's a program that you resonate with, but it's still a program, right? Because the mind is a sponge. The mind is open, free. It can have any program downloaded into it, right? You're looking for programs that make you feel good, that empower you. That's why you jump on the live and you click on it like, let me see what they're talking about, and it feels good to you. It's still a program. Know this, right? Like, yes, exactly, reprogramming. We're reprogramming the mind from old programs. This is a divine program, so know this, right? When you're downloading things, or when you're getting downloads from the quote-unquote universe, it's really from you. When you're getting these downloads and you're outside of the base program. What's the base program? Drama, gossip, fear, sports, blah, blah, blah. The human base program. When you step outside of that program, you start to download universal programs. You're not in the base program. It's still a program, though. Beyond the program is the programmer. Okay, that's what we're attempting to reach. We're attempting to reach the programmer stage, where all the programs are at our beck and call, and we can just choose one and then experience it.
That's beautiful. And just to piggyback off the programming aspect, if we look at this realm from a dream state and you looked at it, let's look at the world from a dream. And when you grew up, you had dream catchers, and dream catchers like webs. Let's look at the web as an aspect of sections. And it's 256 of those sections. Just like it says right here in occultism, there's 256 secretions of the spider queen of the dreaming state. So you have 250 sections. Now, stay with me here. Bro said everything is a programming. Well, that same programming is the 256 of what? The same way a computer processes information. It's a binary code. The 250 sections of the web, the 256 odues of the ether, the 256 lattices of the psyche of the brain, the 256 ways that the computer processes information. So it's all just programming. We process this shit and we program it. It's just energy. You feel what I'm saying on bro now? So when bro talking about some programming, that's real. That's real. And think about it. When you play a video game, do you see the programming? No, you do not. You see the results of the programming. This is why this, hey, remember this. Matrix was written, the Matrix and the Terminator was written by Sophia. Sophia means wisdom. So remember that the ones that gave you this new science about the digital revolution and the aspect of people coming back from the future and da-da-da-da to save the world, and will you kind of live in that mythos was created. Because most of us are talking, walking around to my red pill, blue pill, the Matrix. None of us really would have said that unless she created the aspect of that, those movies. So we got all this wisdom, and she talking about what? Us, the process and the programming of the shit starts with what is behind you right now. Them little programmings on the walls. That's how the Matrix start. Computer programs and shit.
And we are that, right? So if we're talking about quantum realities, we're not only talking, you and I, in the now, we're not only talking about quantum realities, we are actively engaging in the quantum realities. Those realities exist beyond time. So if we are experiencing an in-time reality, we are the ones who have traveled back in quote-unquote time to tell you this, to give you this message. We are the Terminators. I am back. I can. We are. That's us. We're back from the future, right? And what I mean by that is we have all the potential timelines at our beck and call, meaning in our minds, we can feel, sense, and know what the future is going to be. Why? Because we're creating it. It's the reason why the trends of reality can be seen by us and then given to you. Hey, I think crypto is going to be the next thing. Hey, I think this is going to be the next thing. Why do you think that? It's because I can feel into it. I know the potential realities and I know the probability in which the reality may manifest. Because I'm from the future. 360s from the future. A lot of y'all that have that intuitive knowing, that intuitive knowledge that goes beyond what the senses are telling you, know what the future is going to be. Right? We are beyond time.
Hey, bro, you do music, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your album called?
Timelines, the album.
Guess what? I used to do music about, I'm a old OG now, bro. But when I did music a long time ago, guess what my first album was called, bro?
What's it called?
Back to the Future.
Wow.
Bro, now. Straight up, just like that, twin. But y'all got to understand, let's explain something. So me and Bro did music shop. Make sure y'all get check Bro out on that level because, you surprised that shit was 5. I ain't going to hold you. But you know what I'm saying? It's important to tap into that because if we look at that music and actually investigate it, it is expressing the deeper nature of the